all of a sudden the whole apartment shook. I really thought it could have been an earthquake.
Garnette Grissom says she was eating dinner when a large oak tree collapsed on her building. Grissom, whose apartment was not affected, says when she stepped outside to see what had happened, the scene was chaotic.
And I looked in a couple of the apartments and it was a disaster. Glass all over the bedroom floor. There were tiles hanging from the ceiling. It was just a wreck inside.
According to the Irmo Fire Department, it happened just before 7 Friday night. The tree fell on the backside of the Aphepa apartments on Jimmy Love Lane in Irmo, breaking windows and leaving large branches and tree debris in apartments. Officials say 16 units were damaged and 16 people were displaced, but no one was injured.
We heard a big whoosh sound and all this wind came over the building, and stuff started falling off the roof.
A day after the incident, Bear Tree Care, owned and operated by firefighters, began the cleanup process. Owners Andrew Nedwick and John Maynard says it could have been much worse.
It's a miracle that it didn't hurt anybody. The intrusion into rooms was extensive. So we're just glad that nobody got hurt, but the potential was definitely there.
Owners say they've worked several other storms, and Hurricane Ian has been one of the most damaging in the Midlands.
This one hit the Irmo area really hard, and it did extensive damage.
The Pawleys Island Causeway had to be closed yesterday as water and debris blocked the roadway. Water took over the island, really creating an unsafe situation for residents and first responders. Today, ABC 15's Amanda Kenseth tagged along with the Pawleys Island mayor as he surveyed the damage and cleanup.
The Atlantic Ocean waves are finally back to normal off the Pawleys Island coast, except for the pieces of pier floating in it, evidence of the destruction from Hurricane Ian. The small island, hit hard by the storm, now works hard to clean up. Crews clear sand from the roadways, retrieve debris, and recover items that traveled far across floodwaters. Property owners set to work washing.
That was the biggest thing, trying to get a pressure washer to kind of get some of this stuff moving.
Other things are harder to fix. We're here on the south end of Pawleys Island, and right here on the beach where we're standing, well, this all used to be dunes, nice green, luscious dunes that came up to at least here. Those have been washed away by the storm surge, even taking the fence posts along with it.
Recently done a beach renourishment 2 years ago, thankfully, because if we hadn't, it would have been much worse. We probably would have had buildings and homes that were compromised.
With no real damage to structures, it's a much brighter picture than yesterday.
But all in all, we're going to be okay, and we've got all the resources that we need that will be here to clean it up.